simple walking cane. This is a Cane Masters self-defense walking cane, but it can be any style of walking cane that you like or that you have available to you. These Cane Masters canes do have a wider crook. I'm going to show you this warm-up spin. It's not just a warm-up. You're going to use that. One of the ways that you learn how to defend yourself, you can bring it over and back. You can bring it up and then down that way. You can lift it here and then smash it down on top of the head. So there is a nice benefit to having this wider crook. I'm going to show you immediately how to defend yourself with a walking cane. If you have it the traditional way, so it's facing behind you, you slide down in the front, bring it up between you and the threat. Now you can thrust, stopping his forward attack. He's coming at you. Come off of your shoulders, striking down. You can strike horizontally to the body, to the head, to the knees, to the legs. You can come straight down over the top, all holding it just this simple way. This is when you learn how to defend yourself with a simple walking cane. You can also turn it so that the crook is facing him, bending down in the same way to lift it up, or you can simply slide it up in your hand. That's another reason we do that spin, which I'm going to show you a little bit more here in detail. Holding it in this position, the cane is between you and the threat, smashing in the face with it. You can hook him here, you can uppercut here, you can bring the long side up between his legs or up into his hand, into his chin. You can throw it in the other hand, thrusting this way, chopping here, using two hands, kind of like a rifle butt attack, turning here, smashing through his teeth, boxing his ears, chopping and pulling. Maybe you get it behind the neck, pull him down and drive your elbow into his face for self-defense. Oh, hey, we've got John. John's here. Good to see you, John. That's just some of the ways when you learn how to defend yourself with a walking cane that you can carry it. Now, I also like to hold it in this position so that you can swing it up this way, almost like you're extending your hand in friendship, which is what you would do if he was a friend, if he was nice, if he wasn't some scum bum trying to take away from you your freedom, your dignity, your life. You have the right to defend yourself using this technique, swinging it up very quickly, again, between the legs, maybe up under the chin. Maybe he's reaching out to punch or slap or choke or grab, or maybe he's got a blade and he's trying to slash or stab. We've seen more of these attacks lately. I said earlier that violence, civil unrest is rising. I think that's what I said. And some people take exception to that, and that's fine. You can, if that's your belief. But it's my professional opinion, because it's part of my job to track these things, to track the fact that violence and craziness around the world is exploding. So, believe it or don't believe it, if you do want to learn how to defend yourself with a walking cane, there's simple ways that you do that. So you bring it up. I mean, come on. Seriously? Just, open the newspaper, right? I don't even know if anybody opens a newspaper anymore. But there is a lot of civil unrest, there's a lot of craziness in the world, there's a lot of anger, a lot of people mad about stuff. And it doesn't matter if they're on the right or the left or the middle, or they just have some crazy perspective, all spun up by demonic AI, trying to get in their brain, take a broken person and make them do something bad, something demonic, something evil, like dousing a young lady on the subway in Chicago, which happened. A guy, 72, he had 72 arrests for violence against people. He was out on the street. He found another victim. He lit her on fire. We see these things and we say, this is horrible. We can't let this continue to happen. And it continues to happen. My point is, if you want to learn how to defend yourself, defend somebody else, you can do like I do. I do this. This is what I do professionally. Also, everywhere I go, I'm often carrying. So if you want to put that in the comment section, why don't you just pull one of these up? Because I know that a lot of you around the world, if you're in Great Britain, if you're in Canada, if you're in, some parts of the United States even, you don't have the freedoms to carry this. You can't take this into the plane. You can't take it onto public transportation. You can't take it into the courthouse. You can take this though. That's why you want to learn how to defend yourself with a simple walking cane. All right, back to the techniques. From here, you swing it up this way, smashing, stopping, interrupting his line between you and him. He's coming in with that punch. You're going to smash his hand, and then you're going to turn. And by turning, it's going to allow you to swing it very fast, this hard piece of hickory or oak. Here's another one. This one's really hard, moves really fast, has these features here, smashing that down on top of his head, stopping him from hurting you, from taking away your freedom, your dignity, your life, hurting your family, your child, your grandchild. You're not going to allow that to happen. This just gives you a couple more options. So from this position, bring it up, turn your hand over, bring it down. You can bring it up here, bring it down here. You can bring it back across, kind of like a windshield wiper, swinging this way, swinging at an angle over your shoulder, all basic swings. Let's talk about how you learn how to do that. In the beginning, when you first start warming up with your cane, I want you to do this spinning motion. This spinning motion is going to put callus on your hands. It's going to teach you timing and distance, spatial awareness, proprioception. It's going to get your heart rate up. You can do this standing. You can do this seated on the edge of a chair or on the bed or on a bench. If you have limited mobility, if you're in a wheelchair, you can spin. From this, you're going to bring it across and back. All of this spinning is going to make your strikes a lot faster for self-defense. And like I showed you before, those spins can be a strike. So the first way that you do it, you have the long side coming out of the thumb. You're going to crank it around just a small circle to the outside of your body. Then you're going to bring it over and back. Think about slapping him across his face and following it with that backhand for self-defense. That's this motion here. Once you've done it on one side for about 30 seconds, your heart rate starts to rise, you start to break a little bit of a sweat, you're getting lean and fit and stronger. Put it into the other hand, palm facing the sky, same thing. Cranking that thing around. Get the other hand up, always keep this hand up when you're training and practicing. You might not walk down the street spinning it like this, daring somebody to come and get you. It might just be that in training, you practice so that your spins, when you need them, hit so much harder when you're on the street or you go to the grocery store or you have to take transportation and you live somewhere where you can't take one of these self-defense tools that our Second Amendment in the United States protects. Most places you can't do it. New Zealand can't do it. In Australia can't do it. In most places in Europe. Over and back. That's the hand transfer. You're just putting a palm to palm if you want to. And if you don't want to, don't do that. If that doesn't make sense to you, slide your hand here, do this kind of a spin. This kind of a spin is going to make those first strikes that we did so much faster. You spin to the outside, you spin to the inside. Inside, outside, there's your figure eight. Again, you can do the standing, you can do it seated. What's going to happen is the muscle in your forearm is going to get stronger. You're going to get more flexibility in your wrist. Your grip is going to improve so that when you have to defend yourself, you have the strength to do it a little bit better. Stomach up and in, abs tight, tuck your chin. Do that in one hand, put it in the other hand, same thing. It's just ways to improve the strike, the speed of your strike, the accuracy of the strike, the ability of you to control your walking cane when you learn how to defend yourself using a simple walking cane. I want you then, if you're able to, throw in some squats, assisted squats. The cane is assisting you in this squat. You put it in front of your body, put your hips back. You just go down and up, and you're leaning into your cane so that you can do more than you would if you didn't have a cane. So if you can use the cane and start to get some strength and mobility back in your legs, that's going to make you better able to defend yourself when you learn how to defend yourself with a simple walking cane. After that, put it in one hand, step in that position. Put it back over here, step here. Start practicing your lateral movement, getting out of the way of a strike. He's coming rushing at you. You can step to the side and hit him on the way by. You're better able to defend yourself. You get that mobility back. As we get older, as we get injured, we can use the cane as the medical assistive mobility device that it is. That's why you can take it anywhere and everywhere you go. That's why you can take it into the airport. That's why you can take it everywhere. Hey, John's still here. SIG canes and SIG master. I'm not a SIG guy. I'm not a SIG guy and I'm not a Glock guy. I'll tell you, I love Springfield Arms. I love it for all the safety features, and this is my subcompact. I have the same, fancy people, they tell you what they're running. I run that means I carry a 4.5 inch barrel, which is great accuracy. It's my everyday while I'm working, and it's on the outside of my clothes. Done. That's the one that I carry. And then I carry the version of it that's a subcompact with 3-inch barrel. And then a super high capacity, one of these, so that I have lots of options. So, getting myself distracted. Anyway, yeah, Yeah, Springfield arms. I love the trigger on the Springfield arms. The XD, I like the XDs. So I'm stepping over, stepping back. There are a lot of good, and Glocks. I mean, Glocks are great. I want to show you one more thing as you get stronger. Before we get there, this is a second cane. This is one of my favorite Cane Masters canes, by the way. I love this feature. If you're considering a Cane Masters cane, I put a link in the description below. You can get this teardrop carved into your Cane Masters, and then when you swing it, it goes so much faster. By the way, make sure you practice as much with the right hand as you do with the left hand so that you can become more ambidextrous. And if you had to, you could fight with either side. If you need a cane for mobility, that means if you pick it up, you're gonna fall to the ground and they're gonna stomp on your face, and so your cane, self-defense cane, is not gonna do you any good. You can use two, one to lean into and the other one to defend yourself with, right? Using that first set of techniques where we slid down and we use it almost like a collie stick or an extremist stick or a sword, or that second one where we turned it around and we slid it up and smashed him, hooked him, uppercut, swing the long side, across his face, down on top, thrusting through, sliding it down, reach in, chop him, pull him into your knee if you can pick a knee up. Then you use two. That's the whole purpose of having a second Cane Masters self-defense cane, or just a regular cane in one hand, one of those aluminum ones, and then get yourself fancy. And this is the dojo training cane. It's like their least expensive cane, and probably my favorite, one of my most favorites. Let me show you what else you can do to get some strength and some speed in your strikes. You take a resistance band, the cane, the long side is in front of your body, you swing it behind your back there. Put this one in front. Just sits there in your chest. Now you're doing standing push-ups. And you do these for 30 seconds, up to 2 minutes. And with that time under tension. Slow on the way back, right? Fast, explosive on the way out. There's your strike, slow on the way back. Build real dense muscle fibers that you can smash someone's teeth down his throat with for self-defense. Do that for 30 seconds, then you rest. You just leave it there while you're resting. You can even practice the dry fire. I can't dry fire because I'm live. Second round, pushing down. Going straight down. To me, the dry fire, you gotta dry fire every day in my line of work. If you wanna be capable, if you wanna be able to do your job, you should not just go to the range, but dry fire. And then if you conceal carry, you definitely need to dry fire so that you can learn how to clear your garment, which means pull up your shirt so you don't get hung up. But you're pushing down, activating the lower part of your chest. And then you rest for 30 seconds. In the third set, up and at an angle. And you're gonna really feel your triceps, but you're gonna feel the top part of your chest. Imagine pushing yourself out of a chair or pushing someone off of you or smashing them with your cane and getting them out of your face for self-defense. These exercises with this resistance band will help you with that. You can also focus just on the triceps. Pull this up to your forehead. Make sure it stays on your back. Some people like to put it under their arms. I prefer it over the arm, but both ways are right. From here, it's gonna smack me in the neck. I have to get that, there we go. It's not that I mind getting smacked in the neck, I just want to be able to show you how to do it. Put it up there, lift to your forehead, and push from your forehead out. That's gonna hit your triceps, the upper part, back part of your arm. That increases the speed of your strikes. Throw it under your hips. Bring your hands to the outside of the band. Sit back into it, and now you're hitting your biceps. Bring your hands on the inside, hit a different part of the biceps. Turn your palms down. Hit the forearms, all of that. You gotta do all of that. Anyway, those are some of the ways that you can use that. I showed you some of the basic strikes. This is learning how to use your self-defense cane, or learn how to use a cane for self-defense. I'll make another one of these. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.